Hey guys, so today I'm going to share with you the process for entering and applying for art festivals. And we're going to look at two websites, artfaircalendar.com and zapplication.com, and I'll kind of walk you through what you need to know and what you have to do in order to apply, so that if you're like me and this is all new to you, you kind of know the process and kind of what that looks like. So here we go. Okay, so the first website we're going to look at is artfaircalendar.com. And this website is great because each year they collect data from people who attend art fairs all over the U.S. and they come up with a list of like the top 50 or the best art fairs in the country. They also divide them up. So if you're looking for a certain area like the Midwest art fairs or Michigan art fairs, New England art fairs, so you can kind of search that way. They also have like an Art Fair Insiders blog, and there's just lots of information. So this site is a great place to get started if you're interested in doing art festivals. I came down here and clicked where it says the best art fairs of 2017. And it says America's Best Juried Fine Art Fairs. And then you scroll down and it lists like the top 10, the Old Town Art Fair in Chicago, the Ann Arbor Art Fairs, Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival in Winter Park, Florida. So anyways, you can go through and read all of those. And then here's the list of the best 50 right here. Or if you want to do it like by area, like I said earlier, like there's the Midwest. So it breaks it down for you a lot of ways. I went to the 50 best, and here is the list. And what I did is I printed it out, and you'll notice it's really neat because they've sorted it for you by month. These are the January shows, February, March. And then I went just like on Google Maps, and so here was my list. And I like circled ones that were within, you know, like a 1 day's driving distance from where I live. And so that kind of helped me narrow down out of each month which ones were options for me if I wanted to apply to those. Another thing I think is good to do is go on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and type in the name of the art fairs that you're interested in. Most of them have like a page that you can follow or you can get updates from, and that kind of helps you figure out like what type of field the art festival has to see if it's one that you're really interested in applying for. So anyways, there's your information kind of on your art fairs. Then you go, when you're ready to, when you've chosen which ones you want to apply to, you'll need to go to Zap or My Zapplications, and the website is www.zapplication.org. Okay, so once you have, like, you'll have to create your like login or your account on Zap, but once you have done that, you can log in, and then you will see the different sections you have: my profile, my portfolio, my Zapplications, apply to shows, and then the little shop. If you go to my profile, it's basically just all of your information. And then at the bottom, you can choose to be notified of different shows coming up, which is super helpful. I like getting those emails because it kind of holds me accountable to stay in the know about which shows I want to apply for, when time's running out to apply, or when one has just opened up. So I do suggest, if you're wanting to do art festivals, that's a great way to keep up with it without you having to go on and find out the information. They just remind you of those things, and it's been very nice. If you click on my portfolio, you're ready to add a sample to your portfolio. You click the Add Sample button, choose File, and then I already have a file created on my computer where I have my art festival entry photos, and I've already resized them to the correct size. And so Lights on Main is the one I want to add. So I'm going to click Open, type in the image's title. It is not my booth shot. So then they ask for the medium. Mine is acrylic on canvas. And then it asks for the dimensions. It also asks you for a price value. which year it was completed, and then also a description, which I think is very important because I think these can be read aloud during the juror process. So I would make sure that you make it sound as good or as interesting as you possibly can. Okay, and so for my description, I said, this acrylic on canvas painting depicts a nighttime scene in downtown Memphis. Signs and lights hang above against the dark background and the Orpheum glows in the distance. A woman is making her way past the greenery down the street with her red bag. So then I hit submit for that, and it uploads my picture and saves all the dimensions. And here's where you go to apply to shows. And you can search, like if you know that there's one in a certain town and you know the name of it. So let's try searching for, I think it's called Winter Park in Florida. That's the one I plan on applying for. So we will see if it comes up. The Winter Park Sidewalk Art Festival, the 60th annual. So this is it right here. So I can click on that for more information. And it tells me the application deadline, which is September 26th, how much to apply. It gives you all your information there. You can also click here for more info, and it takes you to the page that gives you everything you want to know. So I suggest reading through all of those different categories so you really know what the requirements are, how long you're required to be there. It gives all the details there, so that's important to read those first, and then you would click here to apply to this show, and then it just is your agreement here, and so you would read it and then say yes, I agree, and then you go in right here and enter whatever applies to yours. Mine is painting, and then you have to provide a very brief statement that describes the materials and techniques used to create your artwork. It says this statement may be read to the jurors. I think this is very important. This is basically you being the voice for your artwork. And so I think if you just put something really basic, it's not impressive. But if you say something that really makes people think, it can make a difference in how they view your work. So I would spend some time kind of writing a little statement here. My artist statement that I typed says, I use a traditional brush on canvas technique with acrylic paint. My process involves focusing on details found in signs, lettering, lights, and everyday moments that otherwise escape our attention. My medium category was painting. This is my first time to apply to the show. You just go through and check kind of what applies to you. You select your 3 images down here and your booth shot. I'm going to include a Schwab and BB King's, lights on main, and then my booth photo. And then I am going to say save application. And then it lets you preview kind of the order in which your samples will appear to the jury. And you can change like the order in which they appear. And I think I want that one to be first, that one second, and that one third. Okay, it says your application is ready to check out, or you may apply to more shows. So I am going to go on to check out because this is the only one I will be applying for now. Scroll on down. I am ready to check out. And I'm going to pay with my PayPal account. Then once you've submitted your payment, however you're going to pay, it gives you where you can do like a printable receipt, which is good for record keeping if you need to. And so I am going to print a receipt. Now I went back to my applications, and you can see where it has been received, and then I can review or look at it. But then I'll check back here. I think it said the date for this one, they would let you know. I think it was sometime in November, the beginning of November. So I won't hear anything back for a few months now, and so I will just wait and kind of check back here periodically. So that kind of wraps up the process, and then you can just go and log out. I hope you found all of this information helpful. Good luck in applying for your first art shows, and thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe for more info and creative content. Thanks.